From Washington to California, jubilation across the country among gay rights supporters after the Supreme Court issued a pair of major victories for the movement. In two 5-4 rulings in their final session of the term, the court struck down a federal provision that denied benefits to married gay couples and cleared the way for resumption of same-sex marriage in California.
Today we can go back to California and say to our own children, all 4 of our boys, your family is just as good as everybody else's family.
It's the day I finally get to look at the man that I love and finally say, will you please marry me?
From Air Force One, President Obama called the plaintiffs to congratulate them.
We're proud of you guys.
In neither case did the court make a sweeping statement, either for gay marriage or against.
They did not get what was the largest possible win, which was a declaration that gay Americans had the exact same marriage rights as heterosexuals.
Still, opponents of gay marriage vowed the fight is not over.
For tens of millions of Americans, in fact, it's their religious beliefs, and I don't think they're going to have this court or any court dictate to them whether their religious beliefs are rational or whether they are legitimate.
The Supreme Court has no authority when it comes to the nature of marriage. That authority belongs to the Creator.
For 84-year-old Edie Windsor, who challenged the Federal Defense of Marriage Act after her partner's death left her with a massive estate tax bill, the court's ruling was a long-awaited victory.
We won everything we asked and hoped for. Wow.
Gay rights advocates claim the rulings put momentum on their side, and they vow they'll keep pushing until same-sex marriage is legal throughout the country.
The president says Wednesday's Supreme Court rulings on marriage are a victory for American democracy. Good evening. I'm Mark Martin. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie disagrees, calling the move to erase part of the Federal Defense of Marriage Act a bad decision and an example of judicial supremacy. For many Christians, the question now is what the rulings mean for religious freedom.
Same-sex marriage is essentially legal now in California, and the media is ablaze with celebrating supporters. But backers of Proposition 8 say the Supreme Court has set a dangerous precedent where the will of the voters no longer matters.
The decision of marriage should be left to the people. When the people validly enact a law to limit marriage to one man and one woman, it should be the people who decide whether that law should be reversed.
My initial reaction was, it's a new kind of tyranny. It's where the courts advocate social justice over social structure and social traditions and standards.
Even Justice Kennedy, who voted to strike down DOMA, sided with California voters who approved Prop 8, stating, quote, "The essence of democracy is that the right to make law rests in the people and flows to the government, not the other way around. The California initiative process embodies these principles and has done so for over a century."
If someone doesn't like a proposition that's passed in the state of California, arguably all they would have to do is find one judge, one federal judge, to declare it unconstitutional, and then get a wink and a nod from the Attorney General and the Governor, and it's over. And I think that's a terrible, terrible situation to have for the voters to have their votes count and to have their votes respected in the proper system.
It will take at least 25 days before the Supreme Court's ruling becomes official and gay marriages resume in California. If supporters of Proposition 8 ask for a rehearing, then gay marriages may still be barred beyond the 25-day period.
Speaking while on tour in Africa, the president praised the Supreme Court decisions and acknowledged concerns about religious liberty.
Their religious faith, etc., I think we have to respect the diversity of views that are there. But when it comes to how the state treats people, how the law treats people, I believe that everybody has to be treated equally.
But how that tension plays out is unclear. What worries many in the faith community, Justice Kennedy writing that, quote, animus against gays motivated Congress to pass the Defense of Marriage Act. The Family Research Council now fears discrimination lawsuits against Christians that don't support gay marriage. And Thomas Peters at the National Organization for Marriage says the president's narrow view of religious freedom is also a concern.
By saying that you're not going to be forcing pastors to do a same-sex marriage, that implies that Christians only have their rights when they're within their church walls. Christians have the full First Amendment rights to stand for marriage in the public square, in their businesses.
On the 700 Club, the ACLJ's Jay Sekulow said he's already heard from a number of concerned pastors.
I think the reaction needs to be measured, and measured means, look, really, other than the federal benefits going, I'm not saying that's insignificant, it's the status quo as it was before. 38 states, I think, do not allow same-sex marriage.
What is clear, change at the federal level is already underway. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel says the Pentagon is working to extend benefits to the spouses of gay military members, and gay activists are doing more than just celebrating. They've already filed legislation that would give gay married couples federal benefits in all 50 states.